Everyone has a story. Who we are and what we become is shaped by the series of events that shape our history. Our story includes the shared history of our parents, our grandparents, and the details of what unfolds in our day-to-day lives. For many of us, these stories are sources of pride. They are what ground us. What happens when that is not the case? What happens when unthinkable, unspeakable things happen and there is no one there to pick up the pieces? What happens if you are 2, 5, or 8 years old? How does one live a happy, productive life when the story of your life begins with such tragedy? What happens if there is no one to tell your story? The story of your life, your family, your roots, the story of what makes you, you. In many parts of the world, young people are viewed as disposable. If they are not working, they serve no purpose and are a burden, not a joy. Who is there to tell their story? The story of the most vulnerable of children. Lohada, which is a non-profit organization in Arusha, Tanzania, runs 2 orphanages there. Camp Moses, an orphanage for younger children, newborns to about 7 years old, and Camp Joshua, from 8 years old to 15 years old. Many of these children have heart-wrenching stories of abandonment, abuse, and rape. If it were not for Lohada extending a welcoming hand, all of these children would still be in these situations every single day. Nothing would ever change.
It's not easy. It's not easy because why are you taking this child and leaving the other one? Our children are coming from 4 categories. Children of prostitutes, children of abusive parents, children of beggars, and orphans.
There are over 200 children on the waiting list to get into Lohada. Many of these children will not survive the wait. But for the approximately 150 children that are in the camps, they receive a much better life. Food, water, shelter, and an education is provided to these children. They are the recipients of a hopeful sign.